Hey guys, this is DJ Foxy Lady from KUCI 88.9 FM, and I'm here at Desert Daze Music Festival with the band BEAK. Can you guys introduce yourselves, please?
Billy.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Will.
How was it, guys, so far to be here? You were here last night, right?
Yes.
It's like being in England because there's storms and thunder and rain and not much desert and not much heat.
I know, we don't get enough rain out here, so I think we were all just kind of
I disagree.
Really?
Yeah.
Feels like you get
Yesterday was enough.
No, I know it, but like it's not often that it rains, and like it was just like a flood or just like a pouring of water.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like that survival like aspect of a music festival. And
Yeah, well, that happens at every English music festival, so we're very, very used to it.
yeah.
Yeah, for us that was very normal.
Do the bands usually keep playing, or do they get like kind of closed down?
Yeah.
We're a bit better than you lot at it, I think.
Yeah.
We just well, apparently festival stages are all insulated, aren't they? So they can't be hit by lightning.
Yeah.
They're all rubberized on the bottom
Yeah,
in the UK at least.
You know, you guys aren't prepped for that, are you? Because it's just not expected.
I wanted to start off by saying like, oh, you guys are a four-piece band now, right? Like the little inside joke with your previous interviews.
Yeah. Oh, you heard about that, yeah?
Yeah,
Well
see,
done.
I got a laugh out of you. I am so happy.
We destroyed that person
Yeah,
for saying that.
I
Oh
know,
my
I
God.
know.
Did it brilliantly though. He'd skim-read the press release. He started. It was just at a festival just after we'd played. His first thing was, just want to tell you guys I loved the set. It was amazing. So you're a four-piece now. And it's like, oh, you're fucked already. You're gonna have a bad time in this.
And you said like he was like reading at the restroom, right? And like, yeah, that's just like really fucking with him. But he deserved it, you know.
He did deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It was a he.
yeah.
It was a he.
We killed him.
Yeah, you murdered guys.
It wasn't hard.
It
It wasn't much to kill him.
Well,
25 bucks.
I haven't seen you guys yet. But I'm excited to, especially because it seems like you guys, it's just like a jam session, you know?
No, we're not a jam session
No.
at all. No, not live, no. Basically, when we make records, we get together in a room and we knock ideas around and we jam stuff out and then we record it, and then those things become songs. But then for live, we just basically replicate how we made those songs, and then we just replicate those jam songs.
We learn the jams.
No, I know, I get it.
But
It's
there's
not-
no improvisation
no,
going
I
on
get it.
stage.
It's not no improvisation, but it's just that like harmony of the three of you, or just like live. It's just like you said. It's just there's not a big show out of it. You know what I mean?
No, there's definitely no big show.
Yeah, it's just you guys playing music that you like created together.
Yeah, that's
in
right.
sync.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant.
No,
Yeah,
no,
sorry,
okay,
go
yeah,
ahead.
no,
Yeah.
We agree with you.
We agree with you.
Okay, sorry.
No, don't apologise.
No, we're sorry.
We apologise
Yeah.
for.
I'm not sorry.
He's not sorry.
He's never sorry.
Sorry, not
He's
sorry.
younger than us. He doesn't know how to behave.
I'm sorry too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
should
you
be
should
sorry.
be.
Yeah.
Do you guys listen to the radio? Listen to new music?
It's very difficult to do that because most stuff on the radio is really bad.
Yeah, it's very commercial.
Especially
Very
in the UK.
commercial. Yeah, especially in the UK. Like the big companies have worked out how to squeeze anybody that's interested out.
And it's very like mathematically algorithm based.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
We have a few good ones though. I mean,
Yeah.
BBC Six Music is kind of
Yeah.
it's like the head of its game, isn't it, in the
Yeah.
UK at the moment? And you know, that's a bit in the daytime. It's a bit daytime radio.
Yeah.
But then
But
there's
in
some
the
shows
evening,
like our
it's
friend
really good.
Mark Riley does a show which is one of the best shows on the radio. Just plays whatever he wants.
Yeah.
No algorithm nonsense. Just if he likes it, he plays it.
And that's where I have to appreciate like doing this interview, because I'm a radio DJ for a college station and it's freeform, so we get to play whatever we want, and I love just listening to music. And right now more than ever, people are creating music and putting it out on platforms like SoundCloud and with software. You know what I mean? Like it's different.
But people like curation though. People like. I mean, people do like searching, SoundCloud, but they like. We were saying how brilliant MySpace was. MySpace was so good because you could actually go find a band and they would have 12 other bands that they really, really liked.
Yeah.
So you would find them, and that's basically what radio does. And we've got people like in the UK we had John Peel, and the kind of great great people like, you know, what's his name's show is really good now, Iggy Pop's show.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a show.
Yeah, on Radio 6 in the UK. And it's great because you're going to hear like Zimbabwean kind of like psych, and then some Chinese kind of harp music. You know, it's like, because people are generally into good music are into good music. They respect musicianship and they respect craftsman musicianship as well.
Yeah,
you know,
we're music heads.
Those few shows that we do have is kind of, that's kind of getting closer towards the college radio scene, I guess, which is something that we really are missing. Like those kind of, like, college radio over here is amazing everywhere you go. Like, it's just people playing whatever they want without, you know, the BBC's license payer stamp of approval over it. But we have other stuff like NTS, like a digital radio station from London, who they just started because they were fed up of the radio, and they just do whatever they want. But they've got great people. They've, like, Henry Rollins has a show on there.
He does KCRW too.
Yeah.
And I think even like Apple have kind of done some good stuff as well. I think the Echo Chamber with the guy from the Beastie Boys. It's a guy from the Beastie Boys. One of the Beastie Boys does a show called Echo Chamber, I think, and that's really good as well.
Yeah.
You know, so it does still exist, good radio, you know, and we need it. You know, we need it.
Yeah, no, more than ever. Like, when I hear a new song, it's the best feeling. Like, it's a good song, and like, especially gonna make you move. Your body reacts to it, and you just love, like, an instant connection. And my next question is, what song would you request on the radio?
Oh, well,
I know, that one like stops people usually. It's like, I gotta think about that.
What's it called?
The Mexican?
The Mexican.
Babe Ruth, the Mexican.
Babe Ruth, and I've heard that before, I think.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, Babe Ruth,
ding,
the Mexican.
ding,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what
Yeah.
It's got
Great
the
tune.
Morricone sample at the start of it.
And okay, Jeff, I just have to say I'm a huge fan of Portishead. Like, that's what I grew up with, so I'm geeking out. And I hate to ask, but will there ever be another live show of you guys?
Yes.
Okay, thank God. Because 7 years ago when I first moved to California, you guys were having a show, but I didn't go, and it's my biggest regret. One of my biggest regrets. So.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to come to the next one.
No, I'm gonna.
You're not allowed to come and see BEAK now.
You're not allowed to come to BEAK. Yeah.
You also have to pay double for merch if you want it.
No, it will happen at some point.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
before we die.
Yes, I'm happy. That's gonna make a lot of people happy.
Or after we die. Holograms.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I know. What do
Two
you,
of you can die
what
and
do you
still
guys think of
pull
that?
it off, I reckon.
Well, Bev can't die.
You and Aid can go and she can still do it.
Yeah, she could still do it if we died. But we couldn't do it. She did.
She'd make a good hologram.
She'd make a brilliant hologram, though, yeah.
Are there any other artists you're excited to see at this festival?
Oh, we saw Idols last night.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard them? Seen them?
I don't think so, no.
Go see them. Go
Okay.
listen to them. Definitely. Idols, they're from Bristol. They're good.
All right, yeah. Because we came in through all the traffic last night. It was kind of a mess, then. Yeah, but it's still festivals. What I love about them is I've gone to other festivals and they seem very corporate, I guess. And this one has that art, connection, and the music is psychedelic rock. It made me realize rock will never die, but the live music festivals kind of is in England it is different. I feel like really.
No. Lots of soon as people with money start realizing there's money in festivals.
Yeah.
And there's ways to reach a young audience with their mobile phone company, with their beer company, with their whatever. They will invest in those festivals. And that has happened. Reading Festival was a big rock festival, and now it's kind of a big trap festival with a few rock bands. Pop stuff. There's lots of festivals that used to be very, very good, and now they're not. But there's still some good festivals in the UK, but they're very small. They're like this, really.
Yeah,
they're 10,000, 20,000 people.
And they're new, and they still have that
bands,
infancy. You know what I mean? It's not a scene to go to, kind of like Coachella might be now.
Well, this is a scene, though.
Yeah, it is.
This is this is you know, psychedelic rock festival, isn't it? So,
but it's still to the point where people are going to go and watch a band they'd never heard of.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
you know,
more
which
obscure.
is
yeah.
And this music is very experimental, and psychedelic rock is just, you know, as much as I hate genres, it is a genre. And it's, I don't know. So a lot of people don't get it, but a lot of people love it, and it connects.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, there's like big bands like Tame Impala have kind of taken it into the mainstream, you know, and now there's kind of like a hipster kind of vibe to it. Yeah, it will always survive whether people go or not go. There will always be experimental rock bands, like whether it's not psych bands, but anything really, you know. They all still exist. They always will, you know.
Yeah. You know, we're not having a go at it either.
No.
They're like, you know, Tame Impala have pushed it in the mainstream.
Yeah.
Maybe not everyone's cup of tea, but we're also very aware that bands like them are the reason this festival can exist, basically.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm sure, have gone to like so many shows in your lifetime. Can you tell me like what your favorite one was?
Festivals?
Festival or artist? Like concert?
I can't ever really. I don't. Do you know what? Even my favourite bands, I go and see live, and I go, yeah, I like live gigs, but I don't think I've ever been blown away by a band ever live, like where I've gone home and like it's been like a biblical experience. But like as festival goes, you know, BEAK played Off Festival, didn't we?
Off Festival in Poland.
In Poland, which was mind-blowingly good. Like that was probably the best festival I've ever played at, you know.
Yeah.
So, and the bands that played there, and the whole setup was really, 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 really good. So yeah. Yeah,
I'm not aware of that festival, but I'll definitely look into it.
Yeah. Off Festival in Poland is very, very good.
It's great. It's got as well a thing that doesn't exist in the UK, of where it has Arts Council funding, so they can basically afford to do a proper festival. You know, they can book bands they want, which is the thing with what we were saying earlier, the UK ones that are being ruined because you can't afford to do that without a Vodafone sponsorship now. Because I mean, I'm not sure what it's like over here, but our government is crap, and
I feel like all governments are.
They're just the attitude to the arts stinks at the moment, doesn't it, in the UK?
Yeah, I mean, there's no money in the UK for people that handicapped people. That, you know, lots and lots of people are ending up living on the streets in England. Lots and lots of very sick, handicapped people are committing suicide because they cannot get funding to have the dignity of looking after themselves, and it's the Conservative government has been very, very proactive in the death of many, many poor people, and people don't ever think that about England, but it's really bad. And now we're leaving Europe as well, so you know, our friends in Spain, our friends in Portugal, France, Germany, like the stupid people in England have cut a hole between us, you know. And not the young people, but the old people.
Who have been misinformed. It's not that they're bad people, even. You know, it's just the fact that they're really good people, but they've just been fed a lie and they've bought it.
Yeah, exactly. That's very true.
They've been scared into it. Ultimately, it's fear has made them.
Fear is power and control, like, and that's what the governments are in a way.
Absolutely.
But I think that's what I love about music festivals. Is that these people that are kind of like free or trying to like break free from that control, or music. Like, real quick, like what does music mean to you? Because it means so much to all of us in a way. We're all here. You guys are creating it, you know, like.
Well, yeah, it's just opened it from the moment I started playing. It opened up a whole new sort of community to me, you know. So I think that's the best way I can put it, really. That I was able to sort of just be part of something that I could understand, and I was able to have a voice in, and was able to actually get work in it, and actually, you know, I've been able to I've got a family, and like, you know, I earn money, and I have to pay the rent and stuff like that, and I've been able to do that, and I'm blessed for that, you know.
Yeah,
so
it's something you love too.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Yeah, we're very lucky. I mean, we're very, very lucky that we maybe kind of like we're slightly older, Will's not so old, and Bill's not so old, but I'm older, and that's we've been able to make a living from music, which is very, very difficult now, unless you've got rich parents or you're sponsored by some weird Coca-Cola brand or whatever it is, but we're old enough to kind of have fought our way through and made some money, not been able to support our families and stuff, I think it's very difficult for young bands now.
It is.
But bands, not artists that are signed to production companies that have to work with co-writers and then go out, doing like miniature pop tours. And I don't mean those people. I mean, it's difficult, it's hard work for those people, and they get dropped in the end. That's the other thing as well.
Yeah, it's hard to survive.
Yeah, it's very hard to survive because the next day they're not popular anymore. So at least with a band, you kind of you're able to keep on. Like once you've made a name for yourself, people will come and see you. Yeah. Where pop bands, once you're done, you're done. So it's a risky business.
Yeah, I think because I go to South by Southwest. I'm from Texas, and at that music festival, I think you see like just so many bands, and you realize like that's just even a small percentage of like what exists in the world of like people making music and having that dream. And I think the best thing though is that they're creating it, and they took that time out of their life to like do it, even if they don't make it or not.
Some people, it's the only way that they can express themselves. Yes. It's like I don't know. I wasn't supposed to be making music for a living, and I don't know if you were supposed to be. We come from places that didn't really. You don't make music for a living. You're a lorry driver, or you work in a supermarket or whatever it is. So you have to fight, So you have to fight originally to get there, to even start playing music, I don't know where I was going with that.
What nurtured your music, and like what kept you going? Like what didn't stop? When you're like, pursue your music.
You've got no choice, have you? I mean, it's like. You just keep on going, don't you?
Yeah, because you realise quite quickly when you get into it, but it's the best thing you've ever done.
Yeah.
So why would you try and stop doing that?
Yeah.
It's like even if you're not getting anywhere with it, the feeling you get from it is everything. Whether So that's why you do it.
And I just want to say, like as the audience, I want to say thank you because it's so beautiful. Like sound is amazing, music. Like you create something and it just like resonates with us and. I just want to say thank you.
No.
Well, we're thankful that it resonates with more than just us three. Because to be honest, in the time when we're making this music, if it resonates between the three of us, we're like, yeah, that's a good one. So all the extra stuff's a Brucey, but it's a bonus.
Anyone who it resonates with after that, it's just a bonus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're incredibly lucky for that.
Yeah, you are.
What was the first song that you fell in love with, where you're like, wow, how they make this? Like how this, I feel like everybody has one of those where it's like a song where like either your parents play it and you're a little kid, and or you
Christmas budget days.
So there was I don't know. My mum always played Elvis Presley, but I heard Elvis Presley, but because that was like the first thing I heard, I just thought that's what music was, So, but it sounded great, bloody hell, all that early Elvis stuff is great. And then my brother upstairs would just be playing the jam, but then which was another thing. And then I don't know, hearing Can for the first time was pretty mind blowing. Like Vitamin C was sounded like it came from outer space. But and then loads of other stuff, like Public Enemy or even bloody Thin Lizzy, you're just like, this is nuts. Bloody Thin Lizzy.
My mom loves Thin Lizzy. Like I hear that music and I think of my mom, and I think that's beautiful too. Like that nostalgia, that connection.
Exactly. Yeah.
I do. My mum loves Thin Lizzy, and she loves all kinds of crap as well. I grew up hearing Neil Diamond coming through the floor.
Neil Diamond was huge.
Jazz singer.
The Jazz Singer album.
Yeah. But then she also loves Roy Orbison. And
Yeah.
that, for me,
I love
just like,
Orbison.
what is this? I've never heard anything like it.
Yeah.
Okay, one last question, just because I feel like I'm taking up too much time. But can you just tell me something interesting about yourself or each other?
I've only got. I'm answering the question. Like all I can hear is you.
We're gonna edit that out.
No, keep that in. I've only got one kidney.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
How is that?
I nearly died when I was 11 months old, and then they saved me, and then when I was 20 years old, it finally packed in, and they had to remove it. I have a really good scar.
Do you have to have like a certain lifestyle? Like
No. I have a very healthy lifestyle. I drink 8 pints of water a day. I only eat salad, and I only have 1 glass of red wine a week.
Liar.
All of those were lies.
Full bullshit.
I only have 2 kidneys.
I've got 3, so we kind of even out with 6 between us.
1 in 10 people have 4 kidneys. They have 2 on either side, and they're like 2 small ones each side.
No, you're fucking with me.
No, because I met. No, I'm not fucking with you. Yeah, no, it's
got one of them.
Well, I wish I did, but I met somebody who said, "Hey, you really want to see my kidney scar?"
Yeah. If you're willing to do it, yes.
Okay, yeah. Hey, I'll get it out for anyone.
Wow, can you see that, Andy?
Yeah. He tells everyone it's a shark.
Yeah.
He
It
tells
does
everyone.
look like.
I impressed my wife with that, and then I told her the truth about a year later. She was pissed.
Oh wow, you really kept it.
I couldn't believe she believed me for a year. Yeah.
I would be kind of pissed too. Because I'd be telling people about it. He got bit by a shark, you know?
Yeah.
Not many sharks in England, though.
Yeah.
It's a basking shark.
Maybe
Basking shark. No, there's a basking shark.
What?
But it feeds off the floor. It doesn't feed on animals. So
His kidney wasn't down there, was it?
it wasn't.
Okay, well, thank you so much, guys. This is one of my favorite interviews, I have to say.
Cheers.
Yes. Have a great night. I can't wait to see you live.
Oh, great. Thank you.
See you then.
You guys are fucking.